Well, it's fair to say. Today, we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Drew Holiday. And it's Hauser in a shooting guard. Wiggins outside. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Tatum. And the shot is good. Drop it in off the front of the rim.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that three-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
Outside, Williams. Launches a 3. Hauser grabs the board. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Tatum from long range knocks down the long J.
Well, Jason Tatum always working to expand his range. He might as well be in the next county.
Well, the Thunder will be building a new arena doors right across the street from their current home.
Well, how exciting that the downtown arena is set to open in the 29-30 season with a 25-year lease. This secures the team's long-term future in Oklahoma City. And honestly, BA, this fan base is so passionate, they deserve it.
Holiday passes to Brown. And he buries his first look.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Porzingis passes to Holiday. On the wing, Tatum. He's covered by Holmgren. And stolen by Holmgren. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
Holiday passes to Brown. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Hauser passes to Holiday. Clock at 6. Dort with a steal.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made. While we love his ability to attack the rim, he just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Wiggins passes to Holmgren. For 3. The kick out to Williams. Wiggins for 3. He buries it from 3.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Well, Jason Tatum forces that defender with the up fake to get off his feet, and he does a tremendous job drawing contact.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Holiday passes to Brown. This one for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. There's a minute 59 left in the first quarter. Williams misses. Boston has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Outside Porzingis. Brown against Williams. They kick it out to Porzingis. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Now this is why they call him the unicorn. Porzingis off the catch, ready to rise and fire. That's 7'3", everybody.
Out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball.
Boston ball.
Boston leading by 3. Pass to Brown. Jacks up a 3. Dort grabs the miss. And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Coach likes that look. And Gilgeous-Alexander from the corner.
Tatum passes to Hauser. Shoots it from the corner. Another shot. They kick it out to Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Porzingis has got 6.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Williams, a screen on Tatum. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
Now Tatum, 5 points in the game. Blocked! Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Outside for Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Wiggins with a screen on Brown. From 11 feet away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And Holmgren already has the trust of his teammates, which is why they set screens for him.
Brown drives in. Right wing. Here's Hauser. From outside, off the mark. To the paint. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
They've got Isaiah Hartenstein. Alex Caruso is out there with Williams. Then it's Cason Wallace. And it's Mitchell in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
Shot clock at 6. Back to Horford. Outside White. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, on the catch and shoot game, Derek White very assertive, ready to react.
Drills it from deep.
That's a pretty bounce pass. Nice.
Celtics trail by 5. Outside White. Pass to Cornette. Takes the 3. Hartenstein pulls it in.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Caruso with the bucket.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Pritchard. White, the pass to Horford. No good on the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Caruso outside. Over Craig. Outside for Mitchell. Let's go with a three. Oh, the Thunder, another three.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's White, out to Craig. Hits the trifecta. Craig's got his first 3 points of the game. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all see.
Williams, a screen on Craig. Here's Caruso. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. Tipped. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. They're running. Here's Mitchell. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
They retain possession. Outside White.
Come to me.
Back to Cornet. White with a screen on Hartenstein. Cornet. Another one falls for Boston.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
There's a screen from deep. Mitchell. And Craig pulls it down. Celtics trail by 4. Inside. Stolen by Mitchell. Outside, Williams. Out to the right wing. Caruso outside. The floater, and he lays it in. Caruso's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Outside Mitchell. Caruso outside. Got it up. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Continuing their momentum going into the break. He tacks on 3 more.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 6. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Drew Holiday. And it's Hauser in at the 2-guard spot. And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Williams, a screen on Tatum. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Wiggins. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Tatum like a freight train coming. And finished off by Tatum.
Well, just the power and authority sends a powerful message to the defense. Go to work, Jason Tatum.
Holmgren with a screen on Holiday. Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries the spin move. The kick out to Williams. Here's Wiggins. The shot, no good. Celtics trail by 4. And stolen by Williams. He goes up. And Williams Williams punches it home.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
Here's Holiday. Lays it up and banks it in.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Thunder leading by 4. And it's Dort off the drive. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time.
Jaylen Brown.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10. Back to Holmgren. Pass to Dort. The kick out to Wiggins. Clock at 4.
Yeah, on defense, you really see Holiday's quickness and tenacity. He refuses to give the shooter any space.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dort.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Three-pointer, Holiday. Nails it from 3. And it's now just a 1-point Thunder lead.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Wiggins with a screen on Tatum. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Here he goes. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Oklahoma City has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Brown, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. And Williams punches it home.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
The finesse on full display. Tatum from long range. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Wiggins, no good. Celtics trail by 3. Holiday passes to Tatum. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Jason Tatum, he's a sharpshooter.
Now, this is one of the best scorers in the game today. Jason Tatum, we're getting used to performances like this.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by Brown. Williams passes to Holmgren. Brown against Gilgeous-Alexander. All sorts of time. Rebound Boston.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Dort with a steal. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Fires the 3. Drains the triple. Dort's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Right into the rise and fire off the dribble. Dort, that is nice.
A line change here for Oklahoma City.
Substitution on the field.
Here's Pritchard, checked by Mitchell. White, the pass to Craig. Here's Pritchard. Pass to White. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on-ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all.
Mitchell, the pass to Caruso. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mitchell, a screen on Craig from outside the arc. Wallace misses. For the lead, here's White. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. They've got Case and Wallace. Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein, and it's Mitchell in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Mitchell, a screen on Craig. Here's Caruso. The kick out to Williams. Hartenstein a screen. It's Williams, high post. He's against Horford, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. The Celtics with the lead. Craig up top. Out to Horford. Pass to Pritchard. Misses the three. Oklahoma City's gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Hartenstein finds Williams. Here's Wallace. Gets the three to fall. And the Thunder lead by 1. And neither side able to take control of this game.
Yeah, at this rate, it's going to come down to a photo finish.
Here's White. Out to Horford. Lets the three fly. Williams grabs the board. And the Thunder shooting around 51%. That's a good number. Hartenstein passes to Wallace. The kick out to Williams. Wallace with it. Works it on Cornette. And he gets that one. And now a three-point Thunder lead.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Craig with a steal. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Outside White. Pass to Craig. A good look from Horford. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Thunder leading by 3. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Out to Horford to stop the run. Hey, Horford from range.
Al Horford's shot is just so pretty. Doesn't get a ton of lift, but boy, is he accurate.
Wallace, the pass to Hartenstein. Back to Wallace. White with the steal. Horford outside. To the right side. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Jalen Williams comes in for Williams. Lou Dort, he's checked in for Wallace. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornette. Tatum comes in for Horford. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Craig. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. Back to White. And stolen by Caruso. Holmgren with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Down low. Holmgren drops it in. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
White, good.
A sneaky, good scorer. I don't know that you define Derek White as a scorer. He's sort of jack of all trades, but boy, he's cooking right now.
Here's Williams. And Porzingis with the block. And here comes the break. Here's White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Williams, a screen on Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum. Tatum with a steal. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. JB on the break. Sensational.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Caruso, pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the wing on the left from deep. Holmgren. Boston pulls it in. This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
Right side Tatum. Outside Porzingis. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Porzingis with a screen on Williams to take the lead. No good! Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, it falls!
A nifty play off the dribble. Creates barely enough space to get off the shot.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
They're in a tough spot. Barely enough time to run the catch and shoot.
Three-pointer, Holiday. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here.
getting loose, guys going through some drills. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to... It's tough to wear down either team in this matchup because of their depth.
And Kevin, you've got to give both front offices a ton of credit. I mean, you've got to find guys and try to be economical about it, and they need to be able to play important minutes for you. It's a little more art than science, and kudos to both of these front offices.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Here's McDaniels. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Now here's Edwards. Poked away. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. 4 on the shot clock. Gobert with a screen on George. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Dort. Williams kicks to Wiggins. Williams sets a screen for Wiggins. This is his first free throw of the game.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Wiggins. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Now DiVincenzo. Driving in. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Quick feet there by DiVincenzo. Once he gets a step on the defense, it's a wrap.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So, the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Williams, that's good.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Here's Edwards. Has to Gobert. Randle from outside. Knocks down the three ball.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Now here's Wiggins. Great open look there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Gobert pass to McDaniels. Three-pointer. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain it.
Edwards finds McDaniel. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And it's Williams throwing it down.
You gotta love his hustle, leading the defense, no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. 13 foul.
And 1:01 left to play here in the first. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Here is Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. To end the run. And finished off by Gobert.
It's like running into an immovable object. Gobert setting that pick nicely.
Williams against Edwards. It's Dort on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on DiVincenzo. And Gilgeous-Alexander the bucket on the assist by Dort. 10 points for him.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Good on the triple.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Shoots over McDaniel. At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 1. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Williams is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Mitchell. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Wallace in at the 2-guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
5 on the clock. From 7. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Thunder. They trail by 1. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Here's Shannon. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Oklahoma City now. Caruso finds Williams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Now here's Caruso. Scoreless thus far. Connects from 3-point range.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Mark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Mitchell passes to Wallace. 3-pointer. Hartenstein, great positioning on the putback.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
And it's Conley penetrating. Pass to Alexander Walker. Now here's Reid. And Reid throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the 2-hander on the slam. You can see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Mitchell against Conley. Hartenstein passes to Caruso. Lets the three fly. Out to Wallace. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Back to Caruso. And the three ball is good. Caruso's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Foul. Second team foul.
Williams looking over the floor. Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. Pass to Caruso. Hey, Clark, no one covers the college game like you. And for new pros, what are the biggest challenges adjusting to life in the NBA and the play itself?
Speed and size, Kevin. I mean, that's where it really starts. You've got to be in great condition. But the speed and size of the players at the NBA level is unlike any other basketball you play. Everybody in the NBA is big and athletic. And things are just played and done at a much faster pace.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Conley against Mitchell. To the left wing. Williams finds Mitchell. Williams, a screen on Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Williams passes to Mitchell. On the corner. Again, the Thunder score. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
3.
Oklahoma City has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And contact on, folks. The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul.
13 foul. At the line for your Thunder.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the first one drops. Wallace hits 2 free throws. Here's Shannon. Pass to Reed. Takes a 3. No good. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead by 1. And we'll be back with you right after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
On the court for Minnesota. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. Williams with the block. Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Williams for 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Randall with the ball. Williams picks him up. Edwards on the bounce. Out to the wing. Here's McDaniels. Buries the long-range jumper. McDaniels got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Timberwolves. Williams sets a screen for Dort. The 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Edwards looking it over. And Randall throws it down.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
For 3, Edwards. Edwards with confidence.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Dort against DiVincenzo. Outside, Dort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams, a screen on DiVincenzo. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Outside, Edwards. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Pass to Holmgren. From past the arc. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Holmgren can't hit.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Edwards with it. Williams picks him up. Edwards drives in. Gobert. Bucket is good. And it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Getting the ball to somebody ready to stroke it. Selfless play by SGA.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Wallace misses. Timberwolves leading by 6. Up top, Reed. And he drives in. Takes it off the glass. Reed's got 9.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And now we've got the intentional foul. The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
To the wing right side. Pass to Reed. Alexander Walker with the ball. Reed in the post. He's against Williams. Reed misses. Caruso, the pass to Hartenstein. In the corner, Wallace with it. Hits it from 3-point range. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Reed with a screen on Mitchell. And it's Conley penetrating. Rebound by Williams.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
A nice shot by Hartenstein.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Alexander Walker on the wing. He has 5. Pass to Reed, and there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Conley feeling it out. Here's Reed. It's taken away by Wallace.
And, you know, you could see him bait him into that one. He was just waiting on that pass, and as soon as it came out of the post, he was all over.
And so they foul intentionally. Oklahoma City shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for 2.
And it's tied up with that one.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Pass to Shannon. Here's Garza. No good from 3-point territory. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
Mike Conley.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Wallace is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Just 5 to shoot. Mitchell kicks to Williams. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Shannon.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Wallace with a screen for Caruso. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Didn't say why.
That was pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Wallace. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. Edwards against Dort. Timberwolves passing it around. Gobert with a screen on Williams. Here's Alexander Walker. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensive.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
Here's DiVincenzo. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Lobbed up there for Edwards up high.
Explosive play in the air by Edwards, and perfectly timed, too, for the alley-oop slam.
Caruso sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Williams sets a screen for Dort. 6 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. And the 3 off target.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Alexander Walker. Defended by Caruso. With the drive. Pass to DiVincenzo. To the paint. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. And it's a 3-point Minnesota lead.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
Caruso looking for an opening. Drills the 3-pointer. Caruso's got it all tied up now for Oklahoma City.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another.
And it's a big one. What a performance from long range. Remarkable. At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Williams. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Minnesota shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. Launches a three.
Great read from Dort there. An intelligent player who hustles on defense and distracts you.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
And all game long, they've worked the ball inside. It's really worked well for them offensively.
Dort against DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Williams. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
His fifth personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. Both good from the line that time.
Wow, coming through for his team at the line and cutting this down to a very tight game.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Shoots the three, and another three for Minnesota.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Yeah, and I'm confident Coach was reminding everybody, don't foul at the start of that possession. Obviously, he didn't get the message.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
It's stolen by Dort.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
Yeah, and you can't afford to let that thing get any slimmer.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
That's just poor clock management defensively.
Anthony Edwards.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And here is Caruso. Gobert with the block. And so the Timberwolves take the win. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
days, honestly. Resting stars truly trusting your second unit. All keys to a successful and well-rested squad.
Here's Dillingham. And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Amp is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Dillingham in at the 1 spot. Now here's Gobert. Really left him alone that time.
No hesitation from the big man, Randle. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Here's Holiday. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Edwards against Holiday. Here's Edwards. Randle a screen on Holiday to the middle. It's stolen by Tatum. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Dillingham.
Powerful.
Oh, yes. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Now here's Holiday. Back to Tatum. Drives to the hoop. Here's Hauser. No good on the 3. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit. But size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Edwards against Holiday. Down low. Here's Gobert. Porzingis grabs the board. For Boston, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's Tatum. Holiday a screen on McDaniels. Tatum passes to Holiday. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
The tenacity from Edwards. I mean, I love when he attacks the basket like that.
Outside, Brown. The kick to Tatum. There's the triple. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Tatum's got 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 6. Pass to Brown. They kick it out to Porzingis. 4 on the clock. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense. To see him come away empty.
McDaniels against... Brown. Outside McDaniels. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Tatum can't hit.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Pass to McDaniels. Three-pointer. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Now Tatum. Brown, a screen on McDaniels. Tatum passes to Brown. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Porzingis. From behind the arc. Rebound Minnesota. 32 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Edwards. Back to Daniels. Edwards with it. Picked up by Tatum. Pass to Dillingham. On the take. There's the block. McDaniels against Holiday. Here's Brown. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's Minnesota leading by 1. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Cornette in at the 5 down low. That's the Boston 5. Out to Horford. The 3. Garza grabs the board. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
The Timberwolves lead by 3. Outside Reed. Fires for 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Pritchard. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Out to Horford. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Boston.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. The kick out to White. Back to Pritchard. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's Alexander Walker. Soft touch off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Outside Craig. To the left side wing. And here's Horford for 3. Hey, Horford from range.
And hey, I mean, Horford can make this shot. Give him any breathing room, and he's always ready to shoot.
Hard to find a season in his career where Horford didn't make an impact, RJ.
One way or another, he's going to help his team win. Still out there doing it and doing it at a high level. He's kind of an ageless wonder.
Pritchard, the pass to White. Back to Pritchard. Craig on the wing. No points so far. Pass to White. The 3-ball. And again, Boston with the triple.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Boston has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Out to Craig.
2 minutes remaining.
Back to White.
2 minutes.
Outside Craig. Cornette passes to Craig. Out to Horford. Puts up a deep three. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. To the inside. Tries again. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Alexander Walker's got 6.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
White can't hit.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Here's Reed. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
Assisted.
And it's a 6-point Minnesota lead.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Cornette. Again, the miss by Boston. Minnesota has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. And that one's good from Conley.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Pass to Pritchard. Stolen by Reed. And now the T-Wolves on the break. DiVincenzo finds Reed. Here's Garza. Outside, DiVincenzo. Reed, a screen on Craig. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Ooh, here's White on the drive. Pass to Pritchard. Up top, White. Will it go? And he banks in the layup. 5 points in the game.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. Back after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Nice game. Great performance by Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
On the court for Minnesota. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Dillingham in at the point guard position. Randle outside. Gobert with a screen on Brown. For 3, Randle. The kick out to Edwards. Takes a 3. Pass to Dillingham. Gobert with a screen on Tatum. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Knocks down the triple. Dillingham's got 8. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true.
Whoa! Jaylen Brown! A big-time finish!
Getting the hoop and the harm. That's tremendous body control from Brown.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
On either side of the pick and roll, Randle is a problem.
Brown finds Porzingis. Here's Hauser. It's Brown on the wing. Here's the 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. Edwards against Holiday. Inside. Randle, the pass to Edwards. No good with the triple.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Down low. Tipped away. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Holiday against Edwards. To the middle. Here's Randall. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, nice play by Randall. He can take up space in there and has great short area quickness.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Hauser. Still no points. Porzingis passes to Brown. Outside Tatum. Little turnaround. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter.
2 minutes.
McDaniels from long range. Fires in the triple. McDaniels got 6.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Pass to Dillingham. McDaniels against Porzingis. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And here's Brown for 3. And Brown knocking down the triple.
Wow, Brown drills it from way out, showing off that limitless range.
Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Pass to Tatum. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
An active scorer, whenever Tatum forces the issue and goes at the defense, they have to compromise.
You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
And how about the deep ball right there? Edwards looking comfortable for way outside the arc. I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. Some change. Is for Boston. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. And Derek White subbed in for Jaylen Brown.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Pass to Reed. Now here's Conley. He's covered by Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. 4-3. Boston pulls it in. They're doing what they can do to mount a comeback.
And B.A., they don't have to get it all back at once. Just focus on making every possession count.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Here's Conley. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Conley's got 5.
Now, this is just too easy for Conley. The D can't allow him to get this close to the basket.
White for 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Minnesota in command with a 13. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Minnesota leading by 13. Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. And it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Boston 5. Reed passes to Alexander Walker. Lets it go from deep. Horford pulls it in.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Horford, a screen on DiVincenzo. White can't hit. The the Timberwolves shooting a fantastic 57%. Here is DiVincenzo, and the layup is good off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
Pass to Pritchard. Out to Horford. The three is up. Connects from downtown.
Nice to have a big man you can count on to hit that shot. Makes the offense much more diverse.
Conley looking for an opening. Reed sets a screen. Launches it by Conley. That one's good.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pritchard, the pass to Cornette. Outside White. DiVincenzo with a steal. Reed, a screen on Craig. Outside, Alexander Walker. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. White for three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside, DiVincenzo. Reed passes to Garza. Outside Conley. Reed sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Porzingis is checked in for Cornette. Jason Tatum comes in for Horford. Brown, he's checked in for Craig. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard.
Terrific night for Holiday so far, and I have to pin it on his energy. He's given this game all he's got.
Edwards, a pass to Alexander Walker. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Off target from three-point range. Celtics trail by 13. Holiday passes to Brown. Outside Holiday. Drops in the three. Holiday's got 12 points in just the second half.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. Pass break. Here come the Celtics. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Holiday up top. DiVincenzo covering. Holiday passes to Tatum. Three-pointer off the mark.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Outside, Alexander Walker. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter here. McDaniels passes to Alexander Walker. From the arc. Holiday grabs the miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, that's it right now. He's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Porzingis finds Tatum. The kick out to White. From deep. Hits a three-pointer.
Intelligent play by Tatum. Moving the ball to get an open shot.
Here's Minnesota. They lead by 7, and the call will be against Derek White. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Holiday against Edwards. The three is up, and the three-pointer goes.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Oh, bro, they're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Here's White. Wide open. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
The unique perspective of a big. Porzingis has great awareness and the ability to easily find the open man.
Edwards for three. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. They have to.
These two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Dort, Porzingis with the rebound.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Hauser the pass to Tatum, taken away by Williams. Wiggins from outside. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Porzingis with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. The kick out to Holiday. Outside, Porzingis, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender. These Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And here is Dort following the three from Drew Holiday. And it's Dort off the drive. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for three of his own.
Holiday looking over the floor. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Pass to Hauser. Tatum on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. That one falls.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Pass to Hauser. Back to Tatum. The kick out to Brown. Second chance shot. Here's Tatum. Dort grabs the miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston.
2 minutes.
Trailing by 2. Here he goes. Holiday against Dort. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And don't forget about Drew Holiday. He's got some ups. More than capable of getting up there to the rim.
Dort with a screen for Holmgren. Lays it up off the glass.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The kick out to Holiday. Frames it from beyond the arc. Holiday's got 8.
That's confident shooting there from Drew Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
Holmgren with a screen on Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Holiday.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now, here's George. Hasn't made one yet. The 3. Porzingis with the rebound. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Holiday, here we go. Porzingis finds Tatum. The kick out to Brown. Stolen by Dort. Stolen by Holiday. Over in the corner, Brown. Wiggins with the block. Pass to Holmgren. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Holiday with the 3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Oklahoma City. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. The guards are Pritchard and White. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Cornette in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Oklahoma City trailing. On the wing, Wallace. Light covering. Wallace misses. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be able to.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for your Celtics, Derek White.
And I think when it comes to saying
For 2 shots, the play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about. Getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Chang, he's checked in for the Thunder. Thunder trailing by 3. Chang, a screen. Here's Wallace. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Outside, White. Pass to Pritchard. Horford with a screen on Wallace. Out to the right wing. Horford double team. Shot clock at 6. It's White on the wing. Horford with a screen on Caruso. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Brent, one thing we've seen these days, 3-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
Hartenstein finds Williams. Tries again. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pritchard passes to White. Boston again missing.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Pass to Hartenstein. Screen by Hartenstein. Craig against Williams. We talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Horford with the screen on Caruso. Here's White. The Thunder pull it in.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Williams kicks to Caruso. From downtown, score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Hartenstein passes to Wallace. Pass to Caruso. Hartenstein with the screen for Caruso. The three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Pritchard. Still scoreless. Over to the left wing. Here's Craig, and he can't stop the run as he misses. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Here's Wallace. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous laps there defensively.
To the middle. Here's Cornette. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Hartenstein with the screen for Wallace. No good with the triple. Celtics have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. White down low, defended by Caruso. Craig up top. And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Torrey Craig at the line for 2 shots.
And this is
under video review under NBA rules.
what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Both free throws good from Craig. The Thunder leading by 3. Caruso with the ball. He has 6. Now Craig. Horford with the screen on Williams. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
And, guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
So for Oklahoma City right now, the post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin? Sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
Here's Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Holiday, a screen on Williams to the inside. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Holiday.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort against Holiday. And he makes that one.
How about the athleticism of Dort? You see the width he has, but man, he can outwork you defensively.
Outside Holiday. Again, Holiday missing. The Thunder leading by 6. Here's Dort. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
What's Dort out there? 215, 220 at the guard position. He'll throw it around.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw this game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. Right side Tatum. Out to Porzingis. Just 3 to shoot from outside the arc. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game. Thunder have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Brown against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wiggins. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Wiggins. Celtics trail by 6.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:58 left to play in the third. And here's Porzingis for a 3. And here's Holiday. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Porzingis with the steal. Brown with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Brown dishes to Holiday. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Tatum no good.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
A 3-pointer. Wiggins. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Boston's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. The kick out to Tatum. Great job by Tatum in close.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. Out to Porzingis. This one for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Porzingis has got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Celtics. Inside, here's Wiggins. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Celtics trail by 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown dishes to Holiday. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That is his first foul of the game. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. 24 seconds left in the third. And White kicks to Horford. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Wallace looking for an opening. The tray. Traps in the tray. Wallace has got 8 points. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's White with 1 on the... And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Oklahoma City out in front, leading by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The guards are Pritchard and White. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford. And it's Cornette in at the 5. Down low. That's the Boston 5. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Pritchard passes to Cornette. Out to the right wing. White against Caruso. Crafty move. Outside, Horford. Clock at 4. The Celtics need to get a shot off, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Thunderball.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Wallace. Defense right on him. The kick out to Williams. From deep. And that one's good. Caruso's got the lead up to 9 now for Oklahoma City. White looking around. Pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard. Back to Horford. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Very concentrated effort on Horford's part to bully his way inside and draw the foul.
Austin making some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Luke Cornett. Brown comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Drew Holiday in for Pritchard. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Jalen Williams comes in for Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Jang. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Wallace.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Tatum, he's checked in for Boston.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it attacks an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Holiday with the 3. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the three-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
Caruso, a screen on Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. Now Holmgren. Caruso sets the screen for Holmgren. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. 6-point game. Left side, Tatum. And that one off the back of the rim and in. 8 points for Jason Tatum.
This is how refined Tatum's motion is. He needs so little setup time.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Again, the Thunder score.
This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
Here's Tatum. And the basket is good. And he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Here's Williams. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Brown. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Tatum. The flush by Tatum.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them get back in the ballgame.
Caruso back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
This possession gives them a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, they don't want to let this one slip away.
For the T. Holiday. And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Here's the drive. Down low. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Williams can't get it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum. The three is good, and he got fouled in the act of shooting. This could turn into a 4-point play.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy? And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Tatum. Back to Williams. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
The line,
and he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ballgame.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Porzingis with the steal, and the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It drops.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And so it's Boston. Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
two of the top. Top teams in the West duking it out here tonight, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, big talent on both sides. You and I have been talking about this game for a couple of weeks. This should be a terrific match.
Certainly one you circle on your calendar. All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Gobert. Picked by Gobert. Pass to Dillingham. Back to Daniels. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Williams grabs the board.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
It's blocked by Gobert.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And another 3 for Oklahoma City. Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. And he makes it.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Up top, Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. To the paint. Gobert passes to McDaniels. And a miss there on the triple. Oklahoma City has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off.
And Dort just wanting that basket more than anyone else. Give him credit for out-hustling everyone.
Inside, here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Wiggins passes to Holmgren. Dort up top. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. 6 to shoot. Holmgren with a screen on Randall. Dort for 3. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer, no good. Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc to the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. Here's McDaniels. No good. That would have tied it. And Gobert with the stuff.
Yeah, just what they needed from Gobert. Grabbing the rebound with those long arms and sending it back.
Wiggins passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from outside.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. Fires from deep. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Pass to Holmgren. Screen by Holmgren. Wiggins outside. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Edwards. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Kept kept alive. The kick out to Edwards. On target from range. Edwards got 11 points.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Gobert with it. Now Wiggins defending. Wiggins against Gobert. And there's a 3-second violation. Thunder trail by 7. Williams from long range. Sinks it from distance. Williams has got his second basket of the game.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. McDaniels can't hit.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
The 3. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And here's Edwards outside. Buries it from 3. 14 points for him.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
a lot easier for everyone else.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the replay center.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota, absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Something else that stands out is how they've gotten out in transition. Their speed has kept the defense on their heels.
On the court for the Thunder, Williams is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. Then there's Mitchell, then it's Cason Wallace, and it's Caruso in at the small forward position. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of this game, and it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
Minnesota in the lead. Here's Conley. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, a guy with Conley's consistency is trouble inside. Those high percentage looks are often effortless for him.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that. That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Hartenstein passes to Mitchell. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. The 3 from Mitchell knocks it down from distance. Mitchell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Reed, a screen on Mitchell. Fires the 3, and again it's Minnesota with a 3.
Right back at you. Conley's a counter puncher. He knows when his team needs a lift.
Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
And Hartenstein gets it to go.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
The Timberwolves lead by 3. Outside, Alexander Walker. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist. Alexander Walker's got 5 points now in the quarter. Williams from long range. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
On the wing, Caruso. DiVincenzo covering. Back to Caruso. Just 5 to shoot. From downtown. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. And And here's Alexander Walker. He's got 5. DiVincenzo on the wing. He's guarded by Caruso. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now. Williams from long range. He drops it from range. Williams has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Garza. Over to the wing. Right side Conley. Now Alexander Walker. Launches a 3. And Conley is good for 3. Conley's got 8.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Woo, I love it.
Williams passes to Hartenstein. Wallace outside. Caruso. And he dunks it down.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside, Conley. Takes it inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
Yeah, Conley is not an easy cover. He can be quick on his feet when he sees a lane to the basket.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
From behind the arc. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Wallace, the pass to Mitchell. Wallace outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside, DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Dillingham in at the point. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Dillingham's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Thunder trail by 11. Dort for 3. Counted from distance.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Randle outside. Outside McDaniels. To the inside. Here's Edwards. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound in this one. Gobert using his size to his advantage.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
The Timberwolves lead by 10. And stolen by Williams. It's a one-on-one situation. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Gobert finds McDaniels. 4 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wiggins. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Edwards for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Stan, a late first-round pick in 2020. Jaden McDaniels, one of the top young two-way players in the league.
Well, Brian, last season he was rewarded with a big money extension. His play tailed off just a bit, but still a key player for them moving forward.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Holmgren with it. Randall's in his pocket. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves lead by 10. Edwards looking it over. Down low. Here's Gobert. That shot missing. Great D that time from Holmgren. The 3 is up. McDaniels with the rebound. Minnesota has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Wiggins passes to Dort. Screen by Holmgren. They still need this. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Outside, Williams. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. The Timberwolves have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Oh, got that one up quick. Conley's got 16 points.
Off the bounce, Conley will typically pull up for a shot rather than trying to take it all the way to the hole.
1:03 left in the third. Shakes him. Yep, that one goes. Conley's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great control by Conley in the float game. Gave it just enough.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Not putting his head down. He continues to produce with the team trailing.
Knocked loose. Mitchell with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Mitchell, the pass to Caruso. Back to Mitchell. Spins. And Mitchell with the slam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Williams misses. Minnesota leading by 12. With the teardrop. And that one's good from Conley. Conley's got 22 points.
And we're so used to seeing Conley as the facilitator, but tonight, his number is being called.
And here's Caruso outside. And he can't get that one. With 1 on the clock. That shot, no good. And so it's Mike Conley making things happen for Minnesota, providing the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Taking a look at the Thunder. Mitchell out there with Cason Wallace. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Kenrich Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 3. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones also outstanding.
Thunder trail by 13. From deep, Mitchell. It's deflected. Up top, DiVincenzo. He's guarded by Caruso. Outside, Alexander Walker. The three is up. Sinks the tray. And the Timberwolves lead by 16. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
And that one's good from Conley.
Well, Conley has that steady floor general demeanor. They love to have him running the pick and roll.
Here's Mitchell. The Thunder with another miss.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
From deep, Conley. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Here we go. The three from Mitchell. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And so Conley will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Reed's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside, Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Oh, they get a hand on it. Mitchell up top.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Reed for three. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Pure from three-point range.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Thunder trail by 20. Wallace outside. Throws it up high. Here's Conley. Uses the glass on the layup. Conley's got 14 points here in the second half.
Like a matador. Ole! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says, and a great win for the Timberwolves.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Mike Conley.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Williams passes to Caruso. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam. There's 48 seconds left in the final quarter. Conley looking for an opening. Out to DiVincenzo. Mitchell with the ball. Picked up by Reed. Outside, Williams. Off target with the three. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Good on the bucket.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
They get the rebound. Hartenstein. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. Well, this might not have been
Well, Doris, both these teams have the luxury of a very deep bench.
No doubt, Kevin. A lot of talent on both rosters. What that means is the defenses need to be active and aware even when substitutions are made, because the next basket can come from absolutely any guy on the floor.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Out there with Holiday, and it's Hauser in its small forward. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Porzingis with a screen on Randall. No problem knocking that one down.
Jaylen Brown has tightened his handle, and that allows him to be effective as a pick-and-roll option.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thanks, David. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Randall kicks to Edwards. Randall a screen on Holiday. There's the three. Edwards can't hit. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And when Porzingis goes to work inside, Doris, there are not a lot of answers for his size.
We know, Kevin, obviously, that post-ups become less and less a part of the game, but still an important one opportunistically. And you talk about efficiency in the post, that is Kristaps Porzingis. But not only that, the mid-range game is there, the three-point game is there, and the defense is there. Boy, the momentum when Kristaps Porzingis puts the ball on the floor, that size, so hard to contain.
Pass to McDaniels. Now Randall. Randall with a screen for Edwards. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Well, in pick and roll action, you've got to be aggressive as a scorer. Anthony Edwards with the bucket.
Here's Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power.
Oh, great dunk!
He's an athletic freak.
Wow. Tatum against McDaniel. To the wing on the left. Tatum a screen. Hauser trains the three-pointer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Hauser the pass to Brown. To the middle. Here's Tatum. 3 on the clock. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And here's Edwards from the arc. Rebounded by Hauser.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Back to Brown. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Holiday dishes to Brown. Holiday sets the pick for Brown. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The shot by Holiday, no good. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Boston trailing. Brown wide open, he fires. Sinks the triple. Brown's got 5 points so far.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Right side Porzingis. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Edwards.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. And another three for Minnesota.
The unselfish play by Anthony Edwards' teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And stolen by Tatum. Outside, Porzingis. The kick out to Brown. Back to Tatum. It's stolen by Randall. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Here's Tatum. There's the triple. The shot off that time. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And their assist total also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Conley. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Garza in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen. Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Back to Reid. Fires for 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight. Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Alexander Walker finds Reid. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Cornette. Boston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. White the pass to Pritchard. There's the pick. Here's the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Here's Alexander Walker. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 4 now for Minnesota. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's White. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Alexander Walker. Craig defending. Reid with a screen on Craig. Alexander Walker passes to Reid. And again, Minnesota with the triple. Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
That's Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. White, wide open, he fires. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Pritchard, over by Conley. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Five to shoot. And there's the drive. Wide open look. Cornet can't get it to go.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
The Celtics have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Celtics trail by 4. 1:05 left in the first half of basketball. And he's good on the 3-ball. Cornet's got 6.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Reed with a screen on Craig. And there's the foul. It's on Torrey Craig. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Timberwolves now. DiVincenzo kicks to Conley. Over to the wing. Back to Reed from the arc. Horford with the rebound. Celtics have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Pritchard over by Conley. Pass to Cornet. 6 on the shot clock. Or the 3. Minnesota with the rebound. 16 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Alexander Walker. And the wide open shot from Reed. Hands it from downtown. Reed's got 9 points in the quarter.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Horford no luck. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Please direct your attention to the court and get ready for the big half-court shot. Drum line. They're ready to get the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Naz Reed with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the court right now for the Celtics. It's a post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3.
Well, the incredible explosiveness. No fear from Jason Tatum. Woo-hoo, lights out.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Tatum no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Celtics trail by 8. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Here's Holiday. Up and in on the layup.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
In fact, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Brown, good.
How easy does that pull-up jumper look by Jaylen Brown? So tough.
Holiday against Edwards. A fader. Edwards with another miss.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And yes, it's good. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
You see Jaylen Brown, he has the kind of verticality, athleticism necessary to make tough shots inside.
And finished off by Gobert.
Just great recognition from the athletic big man. Gobert finish off the nice pass.
Here's Hauser. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
To the left side wing. Lobbed up there for Edwards. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. And you can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Really left alone that time. McDaniels got 12.
Well, Anthony Edwards showing you that I've got some playmaking in my toolbox. Nice pass.
Holiday goes in. It's stolen by Edwards. McDaniels against Tatum. And another 3 for Minnesota.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And here's Edwards. He's got 8. .40 seconds left to play in the third. Randall from outside. The rebound by Holiday. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 7. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 5 points in the game.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
Edwards fires from way outside. Misses the 3.
And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
Tatum's shot is off. 3-pointer, Randall. A 3-pointer is right on target. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Their ability to, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves heading. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Conley. Then there's Reed. And it's Garza in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
2 points. That one goes.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Here's Pritchard, over by Conley. Here's Cornette. And it's off from three-point range. Timberwolves leading by 5. From deep three-point land. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Knocked away. A 3-ball. They get it back. Right side, Conley. Fires the 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Cornette's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right the pass to Pritchard. For 3. It's good from long range. Pritchard's got 5 points in the quarter.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Picked by Reed. Shot's good by Alexander Walker. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And the shot goes in.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Conley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Cornette. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Minnesota leading by 6. Alexander Walker on the wing. Drake defending. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Boston's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Shoots over McDaniel. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falls.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum, in a big moment, he is unafraid.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
There's a minute 40 left to play in the final quarter. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Tatum.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
They grab their own miss. DiVincenzo against White, and it's Alexander Walker in the corner. 4 on the clock. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Carries it from three-point range. Edwards got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Minnesota. Knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's White missing. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7-point differential. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound Boston.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Porzingis can't hit. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Inside. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Screen by Porzingis. White, good.
White. The assist, Kristaps Porzingis.
And Edwards launches it from deep. Missed. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was a fantastic. Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up for